Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome to something rather interesting, something spontaneous, and something that I wasn't expecting to record for a little while. I don't know how long this recording is going to be. I've got no idea how it's even going to go, which is very articulate of me, thank you, Doomlink. Yeah, I don't even know how things will work out, because there aren't many people playing this game, but there is one guy that I'm going to be playing with in this recording. His internet is currently wigging out, as they say. So hopefully you can get that fixed, but in the meantime I was thinking of just showing you the game. This is Monster Hunter Freedom 2. Now, I was always of the opinion that there was no real reason to play Freedom 2 at all, and I'm still kind of that opinion. I wouldn't really recommend people to go out of their way and play it, because it is very similar to Freedom Unite for fairly obvious reasons. But it's not quite like comparing 4 to 4 Ultimate or Generations to Generations Ultimate. There are actually more differences between this game and Freedom Unite than both of those two examples, so yeah. I suppose the best thing that I can do is try to give you a sense of what's different. And of course, it's not really going to work for you unless you're familiar with Freedom Unite, so I'm hoping that you are. But yeah, let's go and check it out. You'll see that visually, already, we've got a bit of a different theme to the, I guess, loading screens. Not quite as colourful. I'm not going to play the whole starting sequence. As you can see, the Freedom 2 starting screen is blue as opposed to green. That's kind of the theme here. It's sort of a light blue. It's actually very nice. And just after I was saying that there was less colour to the loading screens, that is generally correct, but the theme, colour-wise, for the, I guess, start screen is blue instead of green, basically. Unfortunately, and as you can see here, more of a brownish colour here for the loading screen instead of green, which is interesting. That seems to be some sort of theme that Capcom has stuck with. So for example, all of the user interface menus of Monster Hunter 1 were brown, and then in Monster Hunter G they changed to green. And we've almost got the game harkening back to that colour scheme in the loading screens. It's very strange. I don't know why they chose to do that, because again, the higher rank game is brown and then the G rank game is green. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. It's just a thing that they decided to do, I suppose. I'm going to touch base with the guy that I'm hunting with. I'm hoping that he gets everything sorted out, otherwise I'm going to have to change games. That is what's going to have to happen. He's still in the process of trying to fix it. So, I will show you the chat, just so you can see what's going on. Here we go. So, this is the Freedom 2 chat. This is a chat that I requested to have added to Hunsterverse, because I had noticed that, not only in regards to myself, but a lot of people were wanting to play the game, and people have been playing the game for a while, but they never had a channel to talk about it in, or organize hunts together in the same way that you could do in Freedom 1 and Freedom Unite and all of that. So I thought that it would be appropriate for them to have their own channel, and so we managed to get one. And this is sort of a channel that I'm looking after at the moment. And, you know, there's a lot of people playing solo at the moment, at least 6 that I can think of off the top of my head, and there are some people as well that are playing that aren't really talking in Hunsterverse, you know, just people who turn up in the game. That is definitely happening, but, yeah. You can see that the person I'm going to be playing with here is Linux. He is an interesting character, who I don't know if I've played with very much in the past. He was banned from Hunsterverse and he was recently allowed back in, so yeah, I'll be playing with him. He's definitely good to play with because he is high rank. He's actually in endgame high rank. I'm also high rank, by the way, but fairly early high rank, whereas he's got a number of armor sets and weapons on hand, which is good. But yeah, I should be able to hunt with him. It's good that I've got a little bit of time to talk about what's different. Now, the best way to look at this game And this, I've talked about this before, I think in a 3 Ultimate recording, when I was just talking about playing Freedom 2 for the first time. But my understanding of 2nd generation is actually quite warped, or at least it was. I was under the impression that whatever Freedom Unite was characteristic of 2nd gen. It's actually not, because there are so many things in the 2 2nd gen games that preceded Freedom Unite that are actually quite indicative and typical of a 1st gen setup. That what I understood to be 2nd gen is actually really only the way Freedom Unite is. There are so many things that were introduced for the first time in Freedom Unite. So if I go into my box here, you'll see, and this will be quite similar to what I believe to be an exclusively 1st gen issue, you'll see that as far as stacking materials is concerned, I can't stack traps in the box. My Tranq Bomb stack as high as 8. Sonic Bomb stack to 10. In other words, generally in the box, you can't stack items more than you'd be able to stack them in your pouch. So whatever maximum number of items you can have, or number of units of this item you can have in your pouch, will be the same in the box. So therefore 10 honey is the maximum. 20 whetstones, etc, etc. And then items that otherwise wouldn't be able to stack in your pouch quite similarly cannot stack in the box. So it's a bit of a mess. It is the same in 1st generation, but even as far as Monster Hunter Freedom 2, this is a major issue that's still present. It's kind of bizarre. But anyway. If for whatever reason Linux can't get his internet to work, which he may or may not be able to do, we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens, but he's sort of struggling to fix his internet at the moment. Oh, it looks like it's back. Well, there you go. What other differences are there? So you know how it's fairly normal for us to, at the end of the hunt, just send items directly to your box? Well, you can't do that either in this game. It is the game that came before Freedom Unite, and you can't even do that. So that's another thing that I thought was exclusively 1st gen. I assumed that, oh well, probably beginning with DOS you'd be able to send all of these items to your box directly after the hunt. But that's not the case in DOS. Furthermore, it's worth mentioning that I thought that DOS was just the one 2nd gen game that had all of these 1st gen elements because it was a PS2 Monster Hunter. I assumed that they made all the changes in Freedom 2 because, you know, as far as I was aware, Freedom 2 was basically the same as Freedom Unite, and I was quite familiar with Freedom Unite, and there were all these changes that were made in Freedom Unite since DOS, but it turns out that Freedom Unite was the game that made all of these changes. Not this one. I mean, there were a few little changes that were made. For example, you can actually sell the items that you leave behind at the end of a quest. Anything that you've traded out of your pouch or something that you don't feel like you need will be sold, whereas in 1st gen that was not sold. You got nothing out of it, you just left it behind and that was it. I'm going to change to a greatsword. I've really only got 2 high rank weapons at the moment. This is hunting with purpose for a reason. It is because I'm not endgame, and it was my intention initially to wait until I had built my character up a little bit more before recording. But I was wanting to do Portable Third, that wasn't looking like it was working. I appealed to people in the Freedom 1 channel for hunts, and Indior was there, but it seems like he's the only one there. But Linux was in there, and he said, I don't have Freedom 1, but we can play Freedom 2 if you want. And I was like, you know what, let's do that, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do a recording, and here I am. Now, my hope is that in the meantime, we will be able to get someone else hunting with us. But for the moment, we will just be hunting with 2 of us. I think it's quite late where Linux is at the moment, so I don't know if he's going to last much longer. Hello, Makan. Haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, this should be quite fun. Now, this map here is actually noticeably different. Although you can't see it now, there are actually, you know the Lavazioth areas? the areas to the east, they don't exist. And so there's a slight change to the design of this map as compared to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I can't really show it to you unless I had the full map visible, obviously, but yeah, the two areas just north of the camp are actually positioned a little differently. They were actually shifted to the left, or to the west, in Freedom Unite to account for the additional lava areas to the east. It's worth mentioning that I don't have focus on this set. Haven't really gone over my set. This is my set here. It's just a basic set to get me through high rank. I took quite some time to make it. What I was going to say is that it's worth mentioning that I don't have focus, and that's not by choice. It's because focus doesn't exist in this game. There's another thing that you just take for granted. Focus, okay, it would make sense. You have it for your bows, you have it for your greatswords, but it doesn't exist. It did not exist until Freedom Unite. That is the game. So really, when people talk about Freedom Unite being, oh well, I probably positioned myself stupidly there. Linux does this weird thing where he just pings all the time. I don't know if he thinks that that's a helpful means of communication. I basically have to interpret what that means. Like, that could be an apology. Or it could be him saying, get out of my damn way. I don't know what it means, but he just pings all the time. So you're going to be getting a bit of that. As you can see, I'm actually still taking some pretty heavy damage here. Although it probably looks worse because I'm not eating at the moment. I don't have any health boosts. So what are you pinging? Okay, he's pinging for a trap this time. Very well. He'll probably ping multiple times for this trap. As you could see, based on how... Oh god, that's my phone going off. You could really see that that ping was rather prolonged. Oh, whoops, he needs claws, so I'd better aim for him. I don't know if he needs claws, but I'm assuming that if he's hunting this monster, he probably... I swear to god, man. I mean, we are trying to hunt together, you know. I understand that the super pound is good motion value, but if I'm getting flung away from the monster constantly, you may as well solo. That's not a threat, I'm just saying, like, you know, I can't really contribute under those circumstances. But yeah, like, something like focus you just take for granted, and I always thought that it was a second gen thing, for the reason that you obviously can't charge your greatsword in first gen, and there is no bow in first gen, so of course there would be no focus skill. So it was always my assumption that focus was going to be immediately available once the ability to charge a weapon was introduced, and that's not the case. There were two games, this one included, that existed without that functionality, or that ability. So, there you go. It is, of course, a double quest, so these Cyanotaur are dying pretty quickly. Beautiful. I actually need black pearls. I was intending on doing some Hermitaur for them, but if I can get black pearls from the Cyanotaur, then that works very well. I'm currently in need of the Shengalden Greatsword. My intention is to prioritize making weapons that I'll be able to carry over into G rank in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I do intend to carry my file over eventually. Oops, I do not have Psycho Serums on me right now. I think I traded them out in a previous hunt, which is a little annoying, but whatever, I'll leave it to Linux. I think he might have Psycho Serums. Look man, I'm here. As you can see, one ping to say that the monster's here, another ping to drop the trap. Those of you who know me know that I don't like pings, but I guess I'm going to have to put aside my personal issue with pinging and make an allowance for this guy, because that seems to be how he communicates. He's very ping happy. Of course, I've been taught, don't you ping again. I'm following you. See, I knew he was going to do it. Bloody hell. I'm not in... whatever. I'll stop complaining about it. He's going to super pound. Fortunately not in range of me. But anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something of importance, but... oh yeah, well I'll carry on what I was saying before about the Shengalden Greatsword. I, of course, use the Shengalden Greatsword as my greatsword of choice in Freedom Unite because I'm sick of everyone using the King Atalart sword. I don't want to look at it on my own character, so I'm not going to make it. I mean, I will make it, probably, but it's of lower priority than the Shengalden Greatsword. What do you want now? Okay, another trap. we need to, of course, get out of the way of this trap, because otherwise it might be destroyed. Hey Vernon. Currently in Freedom 2. I think both of those have been broken. Yes, seems like. No? Yes. Just wanted to make sure. Of course, I'm keeping well away from Linux right now, because he's just doing super pounds. There's no point in me aiming for the face under those conditions. As soon as I got a hit off on the face, as you can see, I was thrown away. But yeah, black pearls are needed for the Shen Galden Greatsword, so if I'm getting those, that's great. They may even be high rank. If they're not, then it means that they drop more frequently in high rank, and fairly rarely in low rank. The Shen Galden Greatsword requires 20 of them. So I think I've got, by now I guess I've got 11 or 12 of them. So, just a bit over halfway. Oops. I'm pretty happy with my setup right now in terms of damage. Like, this greatsword is doing pretty good damage, and it's got great sharpness. Well, it's got a lot of green, which is fine. High rank game. So, it's not an issue. I'm running Greatsword mostly because Cyanator is very good for Greatsword. It hurts to use a Greatsword against a Cyanator, but you kind of hope that you'll flinch him a lot. But yeah, this will be very important for me as well. Interestingly enough, this was a quest done for Linux, but I'll get a lot of use out of this. Because the Cyanator stuff is very important. The armor set is important, the weapons are important, and I'm going to be getting those materials as we speak. It's worth mentioning that there is another aspect to this game that harkens back to first gen, and that is the input detection. The poor input detection is back. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say it's quite as bad as Monster Hunter Freedom 1, but yeah, it's pretty fucking awful. I do wonder if Monster Hunter Portable 2nd has that issue. I will have to check eventually. It might be another case where once I've built my character enough in this version of the game, I'll carry it over to Portable 2nd. But I've got no idea whether Portable 2nd has it or doesn't have it. So I'll have to test that out. I'm of course mining that particular node that I was mining there. Hence, the reason why I prioritized it is a node that you can generally get Firestones from. Seems to be a slightly different node to the rest, in that it is more often, or is more likely, to give you those Firestones, of which I need a few. Seems to be a high demand. Hello! Gold Crown Large. That's quite a surprise. That's not my first Cyanator, I don't think, but it's my first high rank. One of the first greatswords you ever used, the Chicken Decapitator. It definitely does the job. It was just something that I could access fairly early on, and just the timing of the upgrades in conjunction with what I was doing in the game just worked really well. I don't think it's going to be the greatsword that I'll use in the end game, but as far as getting me through the game, it's great. Of course, I've had the pleasure of being advised against using this and to use different greatswords, because apparently there are better ones. I mean, it's always like that with this community, but the point is that I will evaluate my options when I have the freedom to hunt whatever I want, which I don't at this stage. I'm just using this to get through the game, and it is perfectly functional. My damage at the moment is 988. That is, of course, an inflated value, but you know, if you're familiar with greatsword, it's pretty good for high rank. So, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could use this permanently. Like, this would be fine. But I think there are slightly better options for greatsword. One of them may very well be Shen Galden, so yeah. What? Apparently it didn't show up as a gold crown for Linux, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he already has a gold crown and it wasn't as big as the one that he has, or something like that. Oh yes. Notice the change in icon for armor spheres, or rather the fact that it hasn't been updated yet. That's another thing that changed. That icon that we're familiar with first appeared in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. In this game, they just use the gem / I guess, paintball, sonic bomb, you know. I don't really know how to refer to the icon itself, but you know what it is. And it's not what we would recognize to be an armor sphere. So there you go. Alright, that's no problem, Vernon. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, the fact that it uses that particular icon is very misleading, depending on the monster that you're hunting. It's kind of funny. Because you think you've got a gem, but it's not. It's a fucking armor sphere. It's almost the opposite to a gem. You're all excited. You're like, oh, look at this gem that I just got. No. It's a fucking armor sphere. Hard armor spheres look like big Elder Dragon jewels. So, it's pretty funny. I was joking. I think I did a... what was it? I hunted some Elder Dragon. And I said, oh look, I got a big Elder Dragon gem from him. But it was a hard armor sphere. Just make sure that I'm... Rajang next, holy shit. I don't know if I'm comfortable doing Rajang. Jesus, I mean, I can join the quest, I would imagine. Especially given that I'm hunter rank 5 and the highest hunter rank is 6, but... Jesus. It may or may not be one of my urgent quests, but... Alright, catch you later, then. But yeah, this... I mean, I can handle Rajang, it's just... maybe I should go for some sort of food boost. I have to check to see what the combinations are for, like, health plus 30 or something like that. I can't go on like this. My hope was that I'd be able to get enough cats to just get the 50-50 boost to health and stamina, but I still can't get the maximum number of felines. So I have to go and check. Monster Hunter Freedom 2. This information is around. Kitchen. Feline Kitchen. There you go. Okay, Monster Hunter Freedom 2 Feline Kitchen. What have we got? Now, I don't even want to talk about it. How many chefs do I have? I need to count the number of chefs. Because the number of chefs that you have actually dictates what you can and can't make. I'll let Linux know what I'm doing. I need to be communicative. Oh. No, I think I'd rather do... I'd rather do Rajang. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing high rank Kirin generally, but I just don't feel like I'm prepared for it. That's all. As far as what I'd like to make at the moment, I think... What did I need? Well, I'd have to check, but... I'll ask Hellscythe if he wants to play. Because I know he plays. He plays with Yuli. They're mostly Freedom 1 players, but they do come and play this game. I was told that when they did play, they would go into DMs, but at this point, they don't have to do that. They've actually got a channel to hunt in, so I hope to see them. Hey, look at that. He's gonna come. That's great. It is a he, by the way, despite the female avatar and the Sophie name in the... oh, in parentheses. But yeah, I'm pretty ready for this. I mean, it's amazing. Usually I don't get this lucky while I'm recording. Usually I've got plenty of people to hunt with when I'm not recording. And then as soon as I'm recording, I'm just sitting here begging for someone to play with me. But that's not the case this time around, fortunately, and I'm very happy to see that. And I haven't actually played with Hellscythe before, I don't think. I might have done so in Freedom 1, but it would have been quite a while ago. How many cats do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, it looks like 4. So, 4 felines, what can I get? 4 chefs, so the maximum number is 5 in this game, so I'm 1 off. Now, hold on, health plus 50 should be possible, right? Excuse the birds outside, by the way. There's literally nothing I can do about them, they're just... oh, health plus 40, so that is milk and meat, apparently. Is there no... It looks like... Doesn't look like there's health plus 50. It's very hard to see because the Monster Hunter Wiki has made the decision to have pastel blue background with white text. Now if you can imagine that in your head, it's horrendous. It seems that drink and veggies also works for health plus 50. So I'm actually going to do... No, health plus 40 I mean. So we'll just see what I can actually achieve because I think I've got some pretty limited cats right now, so... Let's give meat and drink a try. Do I have any meat here? No. No. So, veggies and... Oh shit. Meat is required. Okay, well I... Oh no, veggies and drink works. Veggies and drink. Okay. So... Shit, where's my drink? Oh, I don't have drink. Yeah, drink cats don't seem to appear until later, because I don't think I've actually seen a drink cat yet. Shit. So I can't even get health up by the looks of them. This is garbage. Let's see what I can get with fish and veggies. It looks like I'm eating myself. If you can see, there's like some crab on the right side there. Defense strength increased and ice resistance increased. Great. Awesome. I mean, I'll take some extra defense. There's nothing wrong with that. And also thank you for the resub. I will actually work out what I need. I think it's... I mean, of course, key quests would be nice, but... We could do Rathalos. I might actually ask for Rathalos. That Fire Dragon scale plus, I believe, is a Teostra scale, so I'll need to wait for that. But I think... Actually, no, Khezu I think would be the priority. Because this is the true Devil Slicer. Very nice longsword. This does become the best Thunder Longsword, or Longsword, to pronounce it properly, of Freedom Unite. And it's very easy to make, as you can tell. I mean, I just need some Khezu materials and some mineable ore. So, yeah. I think I might ask for Khezu. I'm also happy to do what Linux wants, honestly. What's it called again? Devil's Slicer. Don't know if it's Devil's Slicer. I don't know if it belongs to the devil, or if it is, in fact, the devil itself. That would be the distinction. I need to put this stuff away. I mean, I could do it inside the hall, but... Yeah, if we're doing Khezu, I think I'd rather bring a Gunlance, so I will do that. You're not going to see much variation in what I'm using, so I apologize for that. Yeah, I don't think I got a feline skill, did I? No. It's called a whim skill in this game. Go and head on in. Couldn't you ask that 4 hours ago? What's that supposed to mean? I was asleep. Not quite 5 AM, but 5:45. Okay, let me see what he's got on the board. I'm happy to do it, but... Oh. Well, okay, if you really want to do Kirin, I don't mind, but it's a bit odd to prioritize what you need to do when I've just entered iRing, but anyway. Okay, well... In the end, I think I'd rather use a Gunlance for Kirin, so I'll do that, but this is gonna suck. I need Kirin stuff, I'm sure, but this is not going to be an enjoyable process. I'll go and make some... oh shit. So you can't actually combine while you're joined up on a quest. So you need to remove that. I will... I'm going to have like a 90% chance of this succeeding, but it should be fine. I generally don't have issues with that. I actually used to put... by the way, you can't combine in the box. That's worth mentioning as well. There is no combine option. So for some reason, they force you to take all the stuff out of the box that you want to combine and put it in your pouch and combine it in your pouch. And obviously that also means that you need to use your combo books. Or rather, if combo books need to be used, you'll have to actually get them out of your box and put them in your pouch for combinations. And now I was doing that for potions before, but I've decided that that's not really necessary. 90% chance is fine. Alright, give to Sophie. Okay. I know Linux has my card. So, what am I doing with myself? I'm putting away the honey that I still have, which I seem to have already done. I will buy potions, and I'll top up tranks just so that I'm doing that. You can see that I've got a little bit of stuff in this game, but not an amazing amount. I've got some stuff. Oh, whoops. Still need to join up on the hunt. That would be the last thing that needed to be done, and indeed one of the most important things. Otherwise I can't depart on the hunt. Needless to say. But yeah, I don't know if you can really appreciate how different this is to Freedom Unite, but it's different enough to really feel like it's worth playing on its own. Because I don't know, I just wanted to bring this character over to Freedom Unite. It's actually quite an achievement to get into endgame of Freedom 2 as well. It is a harder version of Freedom Unite. There are certain things that just seem to be balanced a little differently. I know, for example, Tigrex. Of course, Tigrex first appeared in this game. He is rather different. The way that he fights is slightly different, but his hitbox is considerably different. His entire body is a hitbox. It's not just his arms or, like, his head. If you're anywhere near his tail, you're in trouble. His tail is this wide hitbox, so if he runs forward and you're sort of standing near the tail, you better be ready to go flying. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mess in that regard. Of course, the Plesioth hitbox is a complete joke. That seems to be an issue with this generation of Monster Hunter. I'm pretty sure it was normal in first gen. I seem to recall it being fine. But, yeah. Doesn't make for fun hunts. Speaking of things not making for fun hunts, here we are hunting Khezu. Not Khezu. I wanted to hunt Khezu, but we're hunting Kirin instead. We'll see what we can do. I'm assuming that I'll be bouncing, yeah, check that out. I don't really want to have to shell because I'm a bit worried about Linux, but... I mean, this is one of the reasons... He seems to overestimate what I can do. I mean, he sort of jokingly talked about doing Rajang, but this isn't much better, quite frankly. Maybe I should have gunned, but that would lead to one-shots because I don't have a proper gunner set. Can I attack from the front? Well, you can see how much damage I'm taking, which is great. Trying to get in there and attack the head. Still missed. Whatever. I'm told that the gun lance is actually stronger in this game than it was in Freedom Unite. It seemed to have been quite heavily nerfed for Freedom Unite. I believe it first appeared in DOS. It could have first appeared in this game. I'm not suggesting that it was a first-gen weapon type. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it first appeared in DOS, and... yeah. Shelling is... I mean, look at this. I mean, we can't even contribute. This is crap. I don't know why. Maybe Hellscythe doesn't have as well-established a character as I thought, because if I had, you know, endgame stuff, I'd be bringing a gun. Or a hammer or something like that, not a gun lance that would just be bouncing. This is really a waste of time, this hunt. How's that out of my range? I feel like that should have been able to hit me, but whatever. I don't think I can do an advance into a shot in this game. I believe that's something that the Gunlance is capable of. Not that I'm aware of. But the time will come... Oh, great. So I'm sitting behind the shield, and then apparently the thunder can rain down behind me and effectively circumnavigate my shield and hit me from my arse. So that's lovely. So I'm going to test that out. No, you can't. I believe that my Wyvern Fire has recharged. I will of course wait for an appropriate opportunity for that. I'm not going to waste it. Hey, Tech. Linux is, well, masochistic. He's gone and posted a kid in that Hellscythe and I can't really do anything with. Of course, when we're in range we can shoot it, but we need to bring the Gunlance out before we can shoot, and by the time we brought it out, the fucking monster's out of our range. It's ridiculous. Oh, that was pretty well done. I wouldn't have done a Wyvern Fire under those circumstances, but fortunately Kirin managed to get flinched in place. In fact, I'd say that was far from advised, but managed to work. Oh, see, I'm too far away to take that opportunity. Maybe I should just leave the weapon out. Maybe that would be smarter. Because taking it out is not working. By the time I take it out, the monster's gone. So maybe I'll just have to slowly walk around. With the weapon out. Thank you for not hitting me. That would have been really annoying. Game volume should be fine, right? Yeah, it's looking fine. Kill some Blangos in the meantime. Get my rage out. Actually, that will be hard. If you know anything about a Blango, all they fucking do is jump around and stay out of your range. Also, if I ever stand in one place not attacking when it looks like I should be attacking, it's because I'm pressing the button and the game's not recognizing my button input. See, I didn't... Oh, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it. This is such a crap hunt. I don't know how long this is going to take. I've got no idea. I'd love an opportunity to Wyvern Fire, though. I just tried to do it. I hope that that didn't know. I think the only way for your Wyvern Fire to... Yeah, I decided not to kick Hellscythe there because I didn't want to bring the kid in to him, but... It was a bit too late for that. But yeah, I don't think that you can actually lose your Wyvern Fire until it actually goes off, so you can be interrupted before the animation succeeds in shooting, and you'll still be able to do it again. This is... I mean, what you're witnessing right now is about as low as it gets for hunting, and for making you feel totally incapable of contributing. Why did it turn me around? I've got no idea why my character turned around. I mean, I wouldn't have really been able to do much anyway, but I do not know why my character turned on the spot like that. That was not what I intended to do, and it certainly wasn't what I did on my controller. My character literally did a 180 and shot in the opposite direction to where I wanted to shoot. Please fucking shoot the gun. So yeah, you've also got the fucking input detection issues to contend with. If just fighting this monster wasn't painful enough. This is really some garbage. Warming effect has expired. See what I mean? Like in the time, I can't even turn around and shoot him in the time that he gives me to do so. What's wrong with this monster? Who fucking designed Kirin, anyway? What miserable dick of a human being decided that this was a good hunt? Yeah, this horse jumping around. Yeah, great. I'm playing Monster Hunter and this thing's just gonna prance around. I've been waiting for my knockdown, by the way, to use Wyvern Fire. It hasn't come yet. As you can see, I did change my mind about keeping my weapon out. Because I'm telling you, an opportunity will come eventually to do something. And if I keep my weapon out, I'm just not going to be able to get there in time. I'm trying to not hit anyone. See, this is good. Oh, here we go. Fucking finally, oh my god. See, eventually opportunities will present themselves, but... a nice work from Hellscythe, another successful Wyvern Fire in a situation that I would not have dreamed of even attempting to get one off. It's alright, this is the one hunt we're going to do of this monster. We're not doing another one. At least not until I've got a better setup for kitting. Things will get better after this. It couldn't possibly get worse. I'm telling you, it is as bad as it gets. I feel like we're all just standing here begging to be able to do something. And you can see my predicament. Even if I can at least get something out in the way of damage, I'm just taking hits. And I actually am out of potions now. I'm healing, I can't make... no. Try to do something here. I don't know if you could hear my button input there, but I pressed the button a whole lot more times than twice. That's fine. I kind of need to go back to camp anyway. I don't know if supplies have been delivered, probably not. But yeah, whatever. It's not like I'm losing a food boost or anything. Technically I am. I did have defense up, which did fuck all really. Or it might have done a lot, but certainly not as good as a health boost in this case, which I would have liked. But yeah, I've just been purchasing cats that would be appropriate for, what is it? Milk and drink, I think, are the two. Yeah, milk and drink, which is good for health plus 50 and stamina plus 50. Or is required, rather. But it's pretty crap. Like, that combination is pretty crap until you've got 5 cats. So, yeah, unfortunately I'm just going to have to suffer for the moment. I'm just going to suppose that I can't actually get another cat until I hit HR6, which is a bit over the top, but fine. I'd like to make more use of it than that, but fine. Whatever you give me, game, I'll take it and live with it. This is truly miserable. I can't even heal anymore. What am I to do? I don't even have a Farcaster on hand for some reason. Obviously I've been quite negligent when it comes to managing my inventory and restocking on items. You know, if I could just buy a whole lot of Farcasters to the box and just take them out, that would be great. But I can't, because you can't even stack the fucking things. And you can't buy to the box, in case you wanted to know. If it pleases you to know, you can't buy to the box either. Imagine if I wanted to stock a bunch of Farcasters, I would literally have to go to the granny, buy one, go to the box, put it in, go back to the granny, buy one, etc, etc. So, that's not going to work. Thank you, Zach, that's very much appreciated. I mean, you already missed one, so... Anyway. We're having a terrible hunt right now. I mean, I'm glad that you're here to witness this. This is one of the worst kid-in hunts I've ever done. Both Hellscythe, who's Sophie, and myself really can't contribute. We're both bouncing on this monster. We're waiting for opportunities to shoot, and to, obviously, produce Wyvern Fire, but it's not working very well. My shield doesn't feel as effective as it should be. Sometimes it seems to assist in getting me killed. That's a nice opportunity. I've been very lucky in avoiding hitting Linux, actually. I think it's because of his really good ping. I think if his ping weren't quite so good, the game would just assume that I was in range to hit him, but... See, I can't heal. I'm out of potions. I'm quite sure that I had 10 potions and 10 mega potions, and I've already used them all. Thank you. See, you occasionally get an opportunity and then the rest of the time is just pure misery. That's what's going on. And as I mentioned before I die, don't kill me again, I have to go back to camp. I have no other choice. I can't heal. Anyway, as I said before, when you are presented with an opportunity and the monster's still attacking, you'll probably end up taking a hit. I mean, the solution is not to shield because you won't get damage out. The solution is apparently not to attack because you'll take a heavy hit. Presumably, I just have to wait until the monster just stands still and... don't even know that, I guess, scratches at the floor. I don't really know how to... I can't say paws at the floor because they don't have paws, they have hooves. That is the way horses work. But, yeah, here I am going to fucking camp to heal. It's pathetic. I mean, this is the worst map to do it on, too. I have to climb the damn mountain just to get back to the hunt and probably almost die within 60 seconds and then off to camp again. I'm sure they've worked out what it is that I'm doing, too. It's very sad. Nothing in the box, of course. I mean, what would you have me do? Bring fucking herbs and blue mushrooms? I have no choice here. Unbelievable. Yeah, I hope you had a good nap. Back to hell. Climb the mountain. Linux is not in a good position. He is paralyzed and almost dead. I would apologize for not being able to assist, but there's only so much I can do. I can't believe he posted this quest, and I'm also furthermore shocked that... Oh, supplies delivered. Well, shit, I'll fucking get some. I'm pretty close. Of course, my fear is that I'm not even going to be near the monster to carve it when it dies. I'm not leaving the hunt because I don't want to help. I'm actually... Exactly. Exactly. Now, after all that shit, I don't even get my calves. It's only 2 calves, but... I didn't want to stand... Linux is pinging, which is, in case any of you wanted to know, extremely helpful. That ping has made a huge difference. Because now I know the monster's dead. I wouldn't have known otherwise. And I wouldn't have known to, you know, go and carve. Obviously, I'm well outside of the distance that I'd be able to get there in time to carve it, but... I can't believe it pinged. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, come and get your calves. Yeah. Will do. How did I end up using all my healing items in 10 minutes? This monster hurts. Like a lot. Takes about half my health with 1 hit, and I'm getting hit constantly in trying to hunt the Kirin. I mean, you know, I generally hunt fairly well, but Kirin's a different story. I can't do much with that monster. That's fine. Maybe I don't deserve my calves anyway. It was only 2, but... that was a joyous experience. Who has bonus? Are you kidding me? After that misery, that utter misery, Linux is gonna head off. Okay. I've never been so insulted in all my life. Okay. I mean, he ropes me, a guy who just entered G rank, oh excuse me, high rank. I just entered high rank. He ropes me into doing his quests and then leaves after posting the most miserable hunt he could have possibly posted. I mean, and he's endgame. God damn it. I feel like I've just been molested. Anyway. Well, at least I received a main necklace. I'm always happy to get that. Thank you for that, Zach. But yeah, I mean, I was perfectly content to do his quest because in the end it benefits me too, but I certainly wouldn't have asked for Kirin. Oh, so it seems that Hellscythe is actually endgame. Why did you bring that then? You were bouncing the whole time and unable to contribute. I feel like I had an excuse because I just entered high rank, but... anyway. That's alright. In the end, Hellscythe did better than I did. So I can't really complain too much. Did he say he was still hunting? Good. Very good. Yeah, I don't really feel that I need to clarify what you said. It's not really worth it. I mean, I've got nothing against Linux, but that was some serious garbage. Literally one of the worst kid-in hunts I've ever done. And I did it at his request. Otherwise I wouldn't have bothered. Alright. Oh... well. Where are my Mega Potions? There they are. Don't know why I thought they had disappeared. They were there from the beginning. Where are my Mega Potions? Where they should be, Doomly. Try opening your eyes. I hear that that helps. Put away the garbage. And, yeah, I'll keep with this weapon, actually, for Kazu. I may as well go and get some honey. That would be appropriate. Monster Freedom 2. What a game. I'm enjoying it, though. Feels good to work through it. It gives you this sense of accomplishment when you achieve something. Because it's such a... such a grind to do anything. It's really not too different from Freedom Unite, but it is noticeably different. We'll see how Khezu goes. I just don't want to bring a greatsword to a Khezu fight, particularly if I don't have focus. That's not going to happen. So... I think I'll just keep with Gunlance. I mean, Gunlance isn't going to be all that fun, but... it's not going to be pure misery. So I think I'll take the less painful option. I do prefer to go ranged against Khezu, but I just don't really have ranged capabilities at the moment. I shall not eat. For use shall sell me no further felines. Maybe I'll just beat her up and take them. Has she ever fucking considered that? It's like, oh, I'm gonna sell you these felines. What? I'm the village hunter. Give me the cats. I don't have time to purchase them from you. You've got to be joking. Oh, you can't hire any more felines. Says who? I won't hire them. I'll fucking steal them. Unbelievable. Anyway. Khezu, there you go. The Electrified Wyvern. I'm sure that this is a key quest. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. Put all this away. I don't... oh, I did forget to go and get Psychoserums and Farcasters. Hopefully Hellscythe can forgive me. I'll be just one moment. I was talking about beating up a granny. Now I'm gonna crawl back in a rather obsequious manner to another granny and actually just calmly purchase her wares. It has been done. I'm back now. I could check to see what the key quests are. For HR5, I will do so. Let's have a look. See... KQ... FU HR5. Seems that this is not actually a key quest. I'm assuming that Thunder Sacs will drop about the same from Red Khezu as White Khezu. I don't want to call him White Khezu, but it makes it quite clear what I'm referring to when I say that. So I suppose we'll do this and then Red Khezu afterwards. I'm sure I'll aim to do all quests eventually, so it's not a waste of time to do this. But it's fine. I'm glad that Hellscythe made an appearance, because otherwise I probably would have been forced to finish after that kid in Hunt. But still got another person to hunt with, so that's very fortunate. And I'm glad. Might actually load now. Just to be pedantic, I mean, at the start of the quest it does say reload. I mean, the implication is that I've loaded already. I haven't. That's the first time I've loaded, so I'll send a strongly worded letter to Capcom to try a little harder in translating the game. No, it's not reloading. I just started the quest. I'm not reloading, I'm loading. I haven't loaded the Gunlance yet. It's the first time. And then they could say, well, technically you've loaded it in previous quests. Well, not if I've only just made the Gunlance. What if it's the first time I've ever loaded the Gunlance and it says reload? It's not good enough. It's ruining my immersion, quite frankly. I will be aiming for the legs. Oh, actually, I probably need to get a Wyvern Fire out too. I will do so. Doesn't matter where you hit the monster with that. Hey, what the fuck was that? I did have my shield raised. I don't think I'm, you know, hallucinating that. Also, thanks for the follow, Zach. I don't think I'm hallucinating that. We can go back and watch the tape, but pretty sure I have my shield up. Yeah, I actually feel pretty good about the Gunlance with this monster. This monster is slow enough to really work well with Gunlance. I don't know why I'm taking notice of that, as if to say that I've never Gunlanced a Khezu before. I mean, I've played a lot of this era of Monster Hunter. Oh, hello. I guess I just don't really use Gunlance against Khezu. It's not a weapon that I think to use against him. I'm not much of a Gunlancer in general, but yeah. The reason why I made this Gunlance is because it was available to craft by way of the tickets that I received from carrying over my Freedom 1 character to this game, and I also knew that the Hermitor Gunlance is a Gunlance that I intend to make in Freedom Unite. That will specifically be the purple or plum Daimyo Hermitor Gunlance, so yeah, I may as well start off with making it here. Sounds like a good decision to me. So, can you actually get out of my way? Admittedly, if we were to attack the Bulldrome, he'd be dead in no time at all, but... Is that what... Yes, that's what he's doing. I'm just concerned that if we focus on the Bulldrome, we'll get a nasty lightning ball in the arse, which could spell death for me. But I guess I'll try to attack the Bulldrome while watching the Khezu if possible. Damn it. Seeing as though you're here, I'll attack you. I'll go back and forth. Okay. Looks like Khezu is moving on. I'm glad that he was paintballed. I didn't think to do that. And he's dead? No. He will be soon, though. You came in here thinking you were going to do some damage, but in actual fact, you've been removed from this earth. Quite aggressively, actually. We ganged up on you with our guns and shot you to death, sort of. I'm hoping that Khezu's not going to go into the cave area. Depends how far he wants to fly. Sometimes he has a destination in mind, but he takes the most circuitous route you could imagine. Route, I should say. Route, what am I? American? Can't believe what I just said. Oh, hello. He changed his mind for a moment and then... Well, perhaps he was just unsure. Wow. Not that you need me to do it as well. You're already hearing it from the Khezu. I don't need to start giving you my impression of it. See, I don't want to hit the wings. The wings are the worst thing to hit on the Khezu. Almost no damage at all, as far as I'm aware. Legs are passable, but the head is ideal. As you can see, well, as you can hopefully see, sharpness is pretty good. I've got a lot of green. I don't know if I'd prefer a bit of blue and a little bit of green, or a lot of green, but probably the latter. Actually, maybe it's... yeah, I need a Wyvern Fire too, come to think of it. I'm glad I've got another Gun Lancer here to remind me. But yeah, it's worth mentioning that the most noticeable aspect to Gun Lance when you're using it is the fact that you lose sharpness quite frequently while shooting. But I haven't really lost sharpness until... well, I lost sharpness now, but that took a while. I've got a lot of green. This is a great place to sharpen. Very cinematic. Oh, that's right, you can't dive. Of course not. I did forget about that. I've been pinged somewhere. By whom? Oh, in the Portable Third chat. Probably from Yells, I would say. I did ask him if he wanted to hunt in Portable Third. But here I am in Freedom 2. And I don't regret it, actually. I'd be playing this in my own time, but I'm glad that I can record some of it. It's good. Oh, I won't drink it just now. I'll wait for you to do whatever you're doing. See, I might have been caught in that very attack had I chosen to drink the hot drink. When I did. Or when I first intended on doing it, and then decided against it. That would fucking hurt, by the way, if I allowed that to hit me. Only barely out of range of that. As you can see, even though it looks like I should be hitting the face with that attack, I was hitting the wing. You coming? No, you are flying off. Okay. I'm going to have to start thinking about getting stamina materials. Because I just don't have any. I've been relying on rations this whole time. Like some kind of soldier in the war. I'm not in the war. Well, I'm kind of in the war. Sometimes playing this game feels like you're in the war. But yeah, I think it's time that I bring some real steak. And have a good old feast during my hunts. But that requires time and effort. You have to cook all the steak. I mean, I used to do it. I'm a bit too lazy to do it these days. I suppose I could make energy drinks. But that's alright. I'll worry about it another time. Now I will take my opportunity. I'll try to fire it away from the head. What were you up to, though? Get your big dick mouth out of my face. Oh. Well, there's not much I can do in that situation, is there? It's a double hit. Had I had full stamina and full health, well, I might not have died with full health, but had I had full stamina, I think I probably would have died. So yeah, because it's a double hit. Excuse me. Well, you know what I mean. There was slight confusion in what I just said, but hopefully you understood my point. The thrust of my remarks was that that double hit is going to destroy my stamina no matter what. Because one hit guarded is probably like 2/3 of my stamina by the looks of it. Again, we're in the snowy mountains, so it takes quite a while to get back up the mountain. There's lots of climbing involved. It's one thing that I don't like about this location. I like it visually, I guess. But functionally speaking, in terms of getting to the monster, in terms of traversing the location, not all that fun. Not all that fun at all. This monster really is persistent. If you notice that my attacks seem slower than they should be, it is because there is input detection issues that I'm having to contend with here. That is a problem. No. He duped me. He actually tricked me into attacking him there. I thought he was committing to something else, and then he just goes straight into that attack that, needless to say, I need to be pretty far away from when he's doing it. It's a bit risky. No, I won't do that. In fact, I did actually press triangle and circle there, but the game didn't recognize my input. The game knows what I want to do better than I do. Or at least before I truly know what I want to do. This might even kill him. That's pretty cool. 2 Wyvern Fires going out during that weakness animation. Let's try to get him in this area. Might be able to manage it. If we can't do it, it'd be very, very disappointing. Come on, we can do it. I'm hitting that dickhead from underneath it. Okay. I can't believe it's not dead. What an asshole of a monster. Yeah, we have to wait for it to fly into the cave. I don't know if I want to do Red Khezu after this, actually. I might have to change to a different monster. There are plenty of things that I need to kill. I could actually do key quests. That's an option that's available to me also. I'm noticing that the high rank monsters are pretty beefy. No, come to think of it, we are using level appropriate gear, and there's only 2 of us. So, yeah, it is going to take a little while. I'm not going to be killing these things in 5 minutes. That would be a concern. This is what I mean by waiting. This is usually how hunting Khezu is. Oh, he's dropping down here, is he? What the hell? There you go. Very good. Disgusting creature. At least we're not going to have any pale lips. I managed to get a Wyvern Stone, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Thunder Sacks are what I really need, though. But yeah, I'm reminded of 1st gen. You can actually get a drop called Pale Lips from Khezu. I mean, it's disgusting. It's foul. I want your pale lips. I'll fucking sell them. I haven't sold them. They might be needed for something, but... Pale lips. I have to hold in my lunch. Oh, apparently Linux likes Khezu. What's going on in the Portable Third chat? I was pinged from Yells, okay. As I suspected. Okay. I'll check the Freedom 1 channel. And Freedom Unite. Discussions appertaining to heroics. I think I've got 3 Thunder Sacks in the end. Which is just shy of what I need, regrettably. 2 Wyvern Stones. This is high rank, guys. That's pretty good. I'm feeling like that's significant. Profound, even. Slightly redundant there, Doomlink. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll report that in the chat. Well, if I'm going to capitalise correctly, I may as well be consistent about it. I'm assuming that's pretty good luck. It should be. If it's not, then... oh well. I got Pale Kezu something or other. Flabby Hide, yeah, real nice. Maybe I didn't get a Pale something or other, it was just Flabby Hide. No, it couldn't have been Flabby Hide, that's low rank, I think. Anyway, maybe we should just do key quests. I'd like to get to HR6, I think that'd be nice. I mean, if I get to HR6 with this loadout, I'm not really going to feel like a proper HR6 hunter, but still. I am fairly level appropriate. I probably am not supposed to leave Acheron behind. Acheron and I are playing this game together. But, I don't know. I'm partially concerned that if I leave him behind, he'll be less incentivized to play. But, you know, not much I can do about that. In the end, I've got people to play with, so I'll go through the game. I'll have to do Red Kezu for the key quest eventually anyway, so we'll work on key quests and maybe save Red Kezu for last. I think that's what we'll do. What would be a good quest to do next? 2 Blangongas? We could do that. Got Green Plesioth. God, this is a bit of a cavalcade of garbage. We've got 2 Blangonga, Green Plesioth, Basarius. Ugh, 2 Tigrex. Fucking hell. Okay, well, I don't think I like any of that. Rathalos I do need. I mean, you saw before that I'm trying to upgrade the longsword, but still, like, that's mostly crap in that list. I don't like Blangonga. I've never liked Blangonga. I am in need of Blangonga materials, but I don't have a good fire weapon at the moment, so... yeah, I can't really break the fangs. In fact, I cannot. It does require fire damage, or they require fire damage, so... I'll let Hellscythe know what we're doing. Just confirm that Hellscythe is content to do my quests. If not, then I'm happy to do some of his. Apparently, he doesn't need anything, so... fuck, what's that? I'm replying to myself, apparently. I don't know what I just clicked, but it was a series of things that... oh. I did have the emulator minimized, so I didn't realize that he was already here and readied up, and yeah. That's good to see. Weapon Blade Blood. Isn't that what I have at this moment? We could both use the same thing. At this point, we may as well. I suppose it's appropriate for hiring. I'd just like to help in breaking the fangs. I do have the same longsword. I was just a bit worried that it wasn't strong enough, but maybe it is. If he's using it, maybe it is. Wyvern Blade Blood. I mean, it's fine. Is it technically hiring? It's rarity 5. Yeah, that's hiring. Isn't it? 5, I think rarity 4 is the last. No, this is low rank still. Rarity 5 is the last rarity of low rank, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is low rank. But that's fine, I guess. We'll just go with it.
Hi.
Yeah, hi to you as well. You're a bit uppity. Take it easy. Alright. Let's get some mega... Oh, fucking Christ. Alright, 7 mega potions will have to suffice, because I can't combine, apparently, when I've got a quest accepted. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Some guy sat down, had a think about it, and decided that, for some reason, we shouldn't be able to combine while a quest is, I guess, taken. Why? That's illogical. I mean, I'm sure there was a reason. I think I'd like to be guided along the path of understanding on that one, because I cannot make my way there on my own. Understanding will not be achieved. I'll be permanently confused. Hopefully the hunt doesn't take too long. But yeah, this longsword will eventually be upgraded to its G-rank form in Freedom Unite when I carry the save over. Yeah, Freedom 2 is visually the same as Freedom Unite, that's why people think it is the same game, just high rank. It's very similar, I will admit. I mean, it's not just visually, but there are some fundamental differences in how it operates. But that is the reason why I thought it was the same myself. I mean, as soon as I got into Monster Hunter, I was under the impression that Freedom Unite and Freedom 2 were basically the same. Just one was G-rank and one was high rank, but no, a lot of things were changed in Freedom Unite, for the better. This was your first Monster Hunter game? That's cool. Well, we're hunting a giant fucking monkey over here. This looks like a big one, actually. I've hunted a decent amount of Blangonga in this game. Blangonga was basically my low-rank monster, and Kutku is my high-rank monster. What I mean by that is I just made the armor set of the Blangonga because I was hunting a lot of Blangonga for something or other. I mean, what was I trying to make with it? Oh, the longsword. So I was making the Blangonga longsword to eventually upgrade into the Copper Blangonga longsword in Freedom Unite. And in the meantime I thought, well, I'll just make the armor set for the entirety of low rank. In the case of high rank, I was making the Kutku greatsword, and thought, well, I'll just make the full Kutku set for high rank. Now, unfortunately, it took a whole lot more time to make the Kutku set, because I required a total of 6 long ears. 2 for the greatsword, 4 for the armor set. I don't know which guy sat down and had a think about it, and came up with the idea that the Kutku armor set should have a requirement of 4 fucking long ears. I mean, it is actually an insult. A complete and utter insult. So, yeah. Whoops, I did not mean to go into a spirit combo there. Not even remotely. I need to get some attacks off on the face, it's very important. I'll probably be lowering my DPS intentionally just so that I can get hits off on the face, and Hellscythe might be doing the same thing. I probably should have brought traps, honestly, but that's fine. I don't think traps can be used in snowy, or excuse me, I don't think pitfall traps can be used in snowy locations. In this game, you might be able to, but there are certain places where you can't put down pitfall traps in this game. I'm just concerned that we're going to deal too much damage to break the fangs before killing it. I'm absolutely in need of fangs. I'd love to upgrade that longsword further. And I also have the gun lance I'd like to upgrade too. The point is, I'm already doing this quest for my key quests, or as one of my key quests, so if I could get most of what I need for the longsword upgrade, that would be awesome. And that will require the breaking of the fangs, so we'll try to do that. That's why I'm being really, I guess, passive at the moment with my play. fucking turn around. Like, just relax a little bit, you know? He's having a real go right now. Fine. I'll just hope for a good opportunity, I suppose. You can't go straight into that, by the way, because that is a lingering attack. That'll give you Ice Blight. Or Snow Blight, whatever you want to call it. No, it's Snow Blight. Ice Blight is obviously not something that exists. I shouldn't be even doing that. It's so dangerous to do that, because I'm probably... Oh, I was not the target. For a change. Thank you for turning to face me. Now I can go in there, we can both go in there and just shit on it. I think we've got the same idea, you know. Look at that, this is a perfectly appropriate weapon for this hunt. I'm quite sure that this is low rank, but it does the job. Definitely does the job. Oh, where are you headed? You're headed to the cave. This way, Hellscythe. Oh, pfft. Maybe that... Is that the one that we were just fighting? Oh, I suppose it was. I must have confused myself. The other one was moving at the same time. See, no... Yeah, that's not the first one. If you check the fangs, you'll see that they're not broken. Looks like Hellscythe worked that out too. Which is good. But yeah, the monster was limping, so needless to say, it went to the cave, where it sleeps. But for some reason you've decided not to sleep, and quite frankly that works in our favour. Because we don't want you to get any health back. The combo did not continue because the game refused to allow me to continue it, if you wanted to know. There you go. God, I'm really happy with the... I want to get my charge up with my longsword. I'm really happy with these weapons. I mean, we're shitting on them, quite frankly. We both had intentionally reduced our DPS to get damage on the face. And you can see that it was the right thing to do because the monster was almost dead by the time the face had broken. So if we had ended up hitting the monster elsewhere on the body, we probably wouldn't have been able to get the face broken before it died. So we're definitely approaching this in the right way. What did I get? I carved a Fang. I think it's Fang Plus that I need, though. I suppose high rank Blangonga can give you regular Fangs. I'm quite sure it's Fang Plus that I required. Which we will get as wound rewards, but... Yeah, so in that case I guess regular Fangs are undesirable. I would rather actual G-rank Blangonga materials while carving. That would be preferable. Can you cease that behavior? I understand that you are really trying to piss us off, but we could really do without that. Yeah, I don't know when. I do have to bring a Bingus emote into my live stream somehow. I'll do it eventually. Turn to face me. Well, I'll need to use a hot drink soon. And by soon, I guess immediately, is what I meant. Now. Well, fortunately, you're not a Rajang. You can't get your attack this far. Imagine a Blangonga that was more like a Rajang. Could actually fire an ice beam or something like that. That would be awful. Fucking hitting. I just went from his left arm to his right arm Missing the face with both of those attacks, that's ridiculous. I don't know if that hit the face. The Fade Slash. I couldn't presume to know. Oops, not that side. You don't have a fang in your arsehole. Not yet. And there goes the fang, I believe, yeah. Now for the DPS. That is the fang, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's actually not that clear. About to hear the pipes go. There we go. Right, lovely sound of the water pipes going in my house. It's a bit dangerous to just heal up like that. Let's get in there and deal as much damage as we can. This has been a successful hunt though. I'm pleased with the damage that these weapons are dealing. Because again, part of the reason why it is taking as long as it is because our DPS is low, because we're being careful with where we're applying our damage. Of course, hitting the face is good for the fact that it is a weak point, but we're only getting a few attacks out here and there. I think that's the cave. Yeah, it is. But I don't believe the monster's limping. Despite that, though, I do think the Blangonga will die in that area. That's what I'm expecting. He does this weird thing where he just decides to stand up on the higher ledge, just looking down. Don't know what that's about. The other one's still there. See that guy over there? That's what's going to happen to you. Look at that damage though. Please don't hit me with that. It does linger as I said, so I was a bit worried about it. Don't jump on me. Try to restrain yourself if you can. He has this urge to just jump around, like the smaller Blangos do. Even with the smaller Blangos it's bloody annoying, but with this big thing, it covers a lot more distance. Case in point. Very good. I don't think there's much left in him. Will take longer to kill him if he... there you go. Very good. I was going to say it'll take longer to kill him if I have to take time to heal, but... that's alright. He's basically dead anyway. It's creepy looking at that open mouth. So I will continue to check it out. Let's look at that gross mouth. Sadly, I can't lower the camera further than this. Oh well. I'm thinking that we'll probably get a few fangs. I'd like it if it were a Tigrex situation where you can get a stack of 2. If I could get 2 stacks of 2 Fang Plus. That'd be all that I needed, for fangs at least. Aim high. Maybe I'll get all the materials I need for the longsword upgrade after this one hunt. Yeah, aim high. The Kutku armor's not very attractive, is it? Strangely, it looks more like it would be Hermitor armor. I do find that weird that the Hermitor armor would probably be more appropriate for Kezu and the... Or, excuse me, Kutku, and the Kutku armor looks like it would be... Are you fucking joking? You didn't even give me one Fang Plus. Am I going crazy? There must be a Fang Plus drop. What the fuck? That's insulting. Here I was aiming high. You know, really hoping for good rewards, and it was a blowout is what it was. I mean, that was just downright insulting. Let's have a look. We're going to check to see what is needed for the longsword upgrade. If it's something like 2 Fang Plus, I'm going to be pissed. Because I didn't even get 1. I was kind of expecting 2. Minimum 1, but 0? Fuck off. Unbelievable. Alright. Let's inspect the material requirements. Fuck off. I was correct. Well, I've almost got what I need for everything else, but those Fang Pluses? I mean, you can see that it wouldn't have been totally unreasonable to expect that I could pick up everything that I needed in that one hunt, but that's... yeah. Not happening. 816, 520. Interesting. Yeah, they're basically as good as each other, just in different ways. This one is very good. Wyvern Blade Maple. I mean, the stats of this longsword are reflected in the requirements to make it. You've got a Rathalos Ruby and Teostra materials, so yeah, it's a pretty serious longsword. I'm glad it's this good, though. Works out very well. What shall we do next? Maybe Green Plesioth. I don't know if I want to use a longsword against a green... I think I'd rather use a longsword against a green Plesioth than... Oh, perhaps I could use... I think in this game... the Plesioth monsters take equal damage to fire and thunder, whereas in 3rd generation and beyond, thunder was the better choice. I think I'm correct about that. I'll check in bot commands. I'm not showing it to you because, I don't know, too lazy, I guess. Yeah, it seems like about the same weakness, so I think I'll bring the Rathalos Longsword again. I think that'd work well. Alright. Let's do that. I just don't want to use a greatsword. I don't think I want to use a Gunlance. So... no, maybe I will use the Gunlance. My concern is all that hip checking that goes on, but... yeah, maybe it will go longsword. I definitely need to go and make some Mega Potions, though. That's very important. I don't think I'd make it with 3 Mega Potions. I'd probably make it, but I'm expecting to take pretty frequent hits. Now, does it say that it's a green Plesioth? Oh, is it the double quest? No, it's the Underwater Terror. This is dual Plesioth. The Underwater Terror. It is in the desert. Very well. Seeing as though these longswords worked out pretty well for the Blangongas, I'm sure they'll be fine for theirs. So we'll keep with this setup, I think. Well, Hellscythe does not agree. Or perhaps would just like to use something different anyway. I will bring Sonic Bomb, seeing as though I'm here. I'm glad that I did forget to go and make Mega Potions. Fortunately, Hellscythe is getting ready, so I can take that quest off. And do my combinations while he's off doing that. Oh, 2 garbage. I'll tell you what's garbage. This fucking box system. That's what's garbage. being unable to combine in the box, really. Ugh. It's something that I'm used to, but when I'm sitting here talking about what's going on in the game, I do have to express my contempt and disdain for really the person who decided that that was a good idea. I mean, come on. Get with it. Oh. Isn't that the Yamatsukami longsword? I guess it's not strictly linked to Yamatsukami in this game, because Yamatsukami's not in Freedom 2. That's very interesting. I had no idea. I guess you can get Dragonwood. Well, yeah, you can get Dragonwood as a drop outside of Yamatsukami, so I guess that's just a longsword that you can Oh, sorry. I need to post the fucking quest. But yeah, I suppose that if you get Dragonwood... No. Desist, if you would. It's the wrong one. I saw a Plesioth in the desert and thought that was the one. We want the Underwater Terror. Sorry. But yeah, you can get Dragonwood from Trenya, I know. So I suppose if you get some, you can make that longsword. It doesn't have to be Yamatsukami only. I wasn't aware of that. That's new information. Could very well be common knowledge and I just didn't know, but... I made the Ancient Dragonwood longsword. I think that's really what it comes down to. The Ancient Dragonwood longsword is a darker coloured one that you forge at Rarity 10 using Yamatsukami materials. Whereas that one, it seems, is forged from high rank. Maybe even low rank, I don't know. That's why I didn't know, because I always made the one that was strictly for Yamatsukami. I did know that there was a different coloured one, I just didn't know that it was unrelated to Yama. At least initially. Water Wyvern in the desert. Reminds me of Hunt Wyvern on Desert, actually. Which is the name of the Diablos quest in Portable Third. Hunt Wyvern on Desert, yes. Oh, why am I going this way? What the fuck is wrong with me? No, I'm not using the kitchen at the moment. All my felines are basically set up for when I have 5 felines. I don't have 5 at the moment, so I'm not using the kitchen at this stage. I don't really need to use it. I'm getting by just fine without it. That's my laziness. It'd be funny if he hit me from that distance. Really, if you've got no evasion skills and you're using longsword, you just have to take the hip check sometimes. I mean, apparently if you do recognize that it's going to come, or you're worried that it's going to come, you can get out of the way of it. I just demonstrated that. Because I was on the subject, I thought that I would at least give it a try to get out of the way of it before it could actually come out, but oh, what good positioning. Could not have been better timing. And I could not have been in a better place. Lovely. Very good. You can hear that the music in this game is different. I haven't actually mentioned it. Oh. Could you maybe not do quite so much damage? Unbelievable. My armor set is perfectly appropriate. My defense is 333. So, yeah, like that's appropriate high rank defense, so if this monster could do a little less damage, I'd be quite happy with that. Of course, he was slowly whittling down my health with little walking attacks, but still. Yeah, that's right. So I wasn't very happy to see that, but I guess that just means I have to be a little bit more careful with my health level as I'm hunting here. Yeah, keep doing that attack, I like that. Unfortunately, Plesioth doesn't flop on the ground for long. See, I'm not going to go in there and try and attack. Too dangerous. I don't know if I'll top that up. What are you doing? I don't like it when you just suddenly stand still like that. It's concerning. Alright, he's going to make it into the water. Now that run really hurts. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that run. It's not good at all. He's being very, very nice, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the desert theme of this location. You probably are. You can hear that this is not that theme. That is if the game sounds aren't covering the music. And if my tweeting birds aren't doing that also. That is so ridiculous. I mean, he doesn't even have an animation of him breaking free of the paralysis. He just fucking starts swinging his tail around immediately. Unfortunately, we've got a fucking Oh, get out! Get out! This is a huge Gendrome. That's a Gold Crown large Gendrome. I can assure you of that. Do we want to kill it? I've got a fucking fire longsword, but you know what? We might want to kill this thing. Looks like Hellsire's got that idea. I'm going to continue attacking you, I think, but... yeah, we're definitely going to get that Gendrome killed. Okay, let's go for it. Unfortunately, we have pretty inappropriate longswords for a Gendrome hunt. I've got Hellscythe running paralysis on a paralysis monster, and I've got a fire weapon against a desert raptor. But, you know, this thing doesn't have much health, so it's still going to die. It's definitely worth killing it. It might be a Silver Crown, but it's looking pretty big, so... I'd say it's a fair chance for a Gold Crown. I'm going to hold out hope. I'm not really crown hunting, but if I see something that's going to give me a crown, I'm not going to ignore it. It's dead. Very good. Yeah, of course, the raw damage that our longswords are dealing will be perfectly fine to kill the thing. I guess the Plesioth moved on, which is fine. Let's go and chase after the guy. Of course, he only appears in one of two locations at a time. Oh, and he's back. If I were playing with Linux, he would have pinged for that. He would have been like, oh, the monster's here. So, I know. I should have. Oh, I'm surprised that was in range. I assumed that I had done something really dumb and had thrown it well out of range, but it apparently worked. It was just a delayed reaction from the Plesioth. Ugh. Whatever. It was very cinematic. A well-timed dive from Hellscythe there. But yeah, this is a dangerous hunt. Doesn't mean that it's too difficult, it just means I have to be very careful. If we can get a good knockdown, I'd be happy with that. I managed to avoid the body hitbox there. The hip check is obviously mostly around the body. If you can curl around the head, you don't have to worry so much about getting caught in it. Yeah, it was very dangerous to do that. I shouldn't have tried to do that. I mean, part of what causes me to continue... Oh! Like, there's nothing I can do. Not in that situation. Not in that situation. I mean, had I sheathed the weapon, maybe I could have dived in time, but I don't think so. Unfortunately, double hip checks are a very real risk. Because, again, the range of the hip check is such that you can get hit by the first one and then comboed by a second. pretty easily. So, I mean, I feel bad for having died twice, but that second one I don't feel bad for having died at the hands of such nasty attacks from the Plesioth. Don't throw a trank bomb. Not yet, anyway. Get out of there. But yeah, here I was expecting that all of my hunting with purpose stuff was going to be in Freedom 1. But then, last time I was playing Freedom 1 on camera here, I wasn't intending on playing Freedom 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. Because I had bounced, and I now realise that... Please don't combo me. Again, I was towards the head there so I could get away from it, but... Fuck it up. I do need to sharpen. But yeah, because I had bounced there, I was basically stuck in place for ages and just took a hit. That's what happened there. To be honest, my defense is probably fine, it's just I don't have much health, so... That's a problem. I'm just trying to deal damage, you know? Don't combo me again. Good. It's probably a bit dangerous to heal like that, see? This is what I mean. Fucking hell. Sometimes you have to just watch to make sure that it's safe to heal, because there's no point in healing, but then not getting enough health to survive a follow-up attack, and then just getting hit by a follow-up attack that kills you. That's no fun at all. I'm very concerned about this... Okay. Yeah, I'm very concerned about this monster. Everything that it does, I'm just watching it very carefully to make sure that it's behaving. Don't leave. I hate having to chase after you. It's just totally... Anyway. I do actually prefer hunting a Plesioth in first gen for two reasons. The first is that he doesn't leave the location that he's in, and the second is that he doesn't have as broken a hip check. I'm pretty sure of that, anyway. Could have actually been a case of me just getting used to the way it is in this game, but I'm pretty sure it's more agreeable there. Because his back fin is broken, we can't actually see if he's close to death or not. Because his weakness sign is actually the dorsal fin going down. I don't know if it's a fin or a fan or a whatever, but it's a something or other. And it goes down. Please don't... Oh. Shall we go for a capture? Oh, you're doing it. Nice work. I did have tranks, but... Very nicely done. I think that was definitely the right thing to do, because I had already died twice, and I do apologise for that. I'll make my apology. Oh, type properly, for fuck's sake. Listen to the sound of that fucking sleeping Plesioth. Listen to that sound of the fucking birds that I can't do anything about. I mean, I can't do anything about them. There's nothing I can do. They just have to exist. Anyway. I'll do one more hunt. And then that'll be all for me. I'll just keep it to about 2 hours. He looks like a goblin. He does a bit, actually. The sound of a sleeping Plesioth is not very pleasant. Look at his eye. What the hell? What's wrong with that creature? Oh, guys, I got a big Elder Dragon jewel. Look. That's what I'm talking about. It's just really bizarre to see that particular icon for armor spheres. It's just wrong. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Sorry about the phone fucking tweeting away at me. I'm gonna fucking put this phone on silent. Fuck. Hello, Potato. You've joined towards the end. I'll be doing one more hunt at least, but yeah. Welcome to Freedom 2. Okay. Put all that away. That was mostly successful. I'm happy with that. Go and make some more mega potions. And hopefully not get too much garbage. I think, was that 1 or 2? I don't know. What's the difference between this and Freedom Unite? This has a lot of what we would identify to be first-gen jank. I don't know. Check this inventory and you can see, or this box rather, none of these are stacking. Basically everything in the box stacks as it would in the pouch. You can't combine in the box. You can't send rewards directly to the box after the end of a hunt. All of that sort of thing. So, it's not on iOS, for God's sake. I don't know if my phone tweeted again. Hopefully not. I'm gonna throw the fucking thing outside with the birds at this rate. That garbage can go away. Discard. What's another quest for us to do? How about Rathalos? Oh, Rathalos is going to be hard. He's going to hit like an actual truck, so let's do Red Khezu. So, this Red Khezu should give me the Thunder Sacks that I need. I only need one more. If I can't get one Thunder Sack from this monster, I mean, really. I'll go out and rip his sack out myself. Won't let the game do it for me. Carbolite Sword. And Guardian Sword. See these tickets here? I got these from carrying over my Freedom 1 save. You've actually got the ability to make certain weapons more easily through these tickets. So see, you can make the Carbolite Sword here, or you can make it here. I'm about to sneeze, I think. Is it coming? Now the Carbolite Sword seems to be about the same as the Kut-Ku Greatsword, but with much less sharpness, so... I don't know, I don't regret having made the Kut-Ku Greatsword. It works well for me. How did you import it? What do you mean? It's just part of the game. It gives you an option to import a Freedom 1 save. In the same way that Freedom Unite gives you the option to import a Freedom 2 save. Red Khezu. Red Shadow on the swamp. Damn creature. Of course, Red Khezu is basically the exact same hunt as regular Khezu, but with a water weakness, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind the hunt being the same. But if the hunt is the same and it has the same weakness, I mean, that's not appropriate. Oh, whoops, I'm not even online. I hear that when you want to hunt online, it helps to go into the online gathering hall. Thanks, Doomling. It was mod standard G, so close to Freedom, Potato. Mod standard G was the PS2 version of Freedom that had Mind Guard. That is what ported to the Wii. That was back in 2009. Red Khezu. But I hear that mod standard G on the Wii was actually quite different to mod standard G on the PS2. They cleaned it up. Apparently it plays more like second gen. Which is, I don't know. I guess that would be the best second-gen experience, you know? It's on a stationary console. You've got Mindguard Town. Sounds like the best second-gen experience to me. I guess the only issue is that it wouldn't have all of the second-gen monsters, so it would feel like second-gen, but, you know, you'd have first-gen monsters. Which is basically... all of them are in second-gen. There aren't any first-gen monsters that are exclusive to that generation, but the point is that there would be less to hunt. Yeah, that is a cool hammer. Let's go and find this Kezu. Again, this will be my last hunt. Then I'll finish up. Which should take me to about 2 hours and 5 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes, we'll see. These Hermitals need to fuck off. Just seeing them fills me with rage. Look at this. Fuck off. Oh yeah, there's also input detection issues in this game, much like there is in Freedom 1. You need to get out of here. Oh, you were killed by Hellscythe, fortunately. I'm happy to see that. I can't even see you. There you are. Of course, there's no music because you're technically not in battle, because you haven't been seen. Which is actually nice, you know. It's a bit of a relaxing experience. Can you just... Oh, God. Yes, I know. I know all about it. I thought I was out of range, but just in case I kept my shield up. I'll try not to... I'm sorry if I flinched you there. Shockingly, I didn't. Get it? Shockingly? But, yeah, I literally made contact with his character, but didn't flinch him, thankfully. I would not want to be doing that. But yeah, I'm assuming Monster Hunter G on the Wii was perfectly compatible with the classic controller, so I wish that I had played it too, but sadly I did not. What a shame. I wonder if it's compatible with the fan servers. Hadn't even considered that. That would be very interesting to try. I don't think it would be, because it would definitely use a different server. Like a different... the way it would work would just be different. It looked the same as the PS2, but I'm sure there's some fundamental difference that would prevent it from communicating with the fan servers, because you can actually, through the fan servers, play on an actual PS2 in the games, referring to Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter G. But I don't think that would be the case for the Wii version somehow. If it were, then I'd be happy to try and get it to work, because I'd like to see how Monster Hunter G changed in that game, but it would be in Japanese, and oh no. Shockingly, I didn't die. Yeah, shut up, Doomlink. If you were funny, you'd be funny. I wasn't taking any chances. As you can see, the range is pretty good with that attack. This is why I'm not taking any chances with that fucking thunder. Take it. Oh, get your big red rocket out of my face. See, now, the worst thing that can possibly happen is he roars, you're affected by the roar, and then he goes into his fucking thunder attack. It's awful. It is one of the worst combos of any monster in the series, quite frankly. Sometimes Kezu just has this moment in the hunt where he just has to go walking around. He's He enjoys walking on the ceiling. I don't know if it's because he's showing off. You can't do this, I'm Spider-Man. That sort of thing. That's the impression that I get, because sometimes he just goes walking around up there for ages. Maybe it's a little better in this game, but I know in first gen, sometimes you just can't get him off the fucking ceiling. He just wants to go for a walk. And then you're just chasing after him. While he's inanely wasting our time. Well, apparently Kezu is very much a popular monster in Japan. So I'm sure the Monster Hunter fans in Japan wouldn't be the same without Kezu. Just wouldn't be Monster Hunter anymore, you know. I don't know where you're headed for now. We're gonna have to find out. Sometimes you just don't know until he's been flying for like a minute. 60 seconds of flying, and then you'll eventually work it out. For the moment, looks like he's going down here. It's usually never that simple, but we can hope that it is. Kill some thunderbugs in the meantime. Fuck. Having real trouble with that. Yes, I understand. Oh, he's actually... Wait. No. Yeah. So, he's not stopping here. He's got other places to go, and unfortunately I wasn't able to kill any great thunderbugs in the meantime because I'm apparently profoundly inept when it comes to aiming my gunlance. Oh, okay. Great. That was very good of you, Kezu. I appreciated that. And he's off again. He had something to get out. He had this urge. It involved falling through the floor, and now he's off again. He's got it out of his system now. He's heading back to his cave. That's what he had to do. He had a mission that involved falling through the floor in that particular location, and now he's back in his cave. Okay, not in the cave. The cave was not his objective. This is what I mean. You just don't know where he's fucking going until he's flown around for a while. Actually, I might carve some... hello? What's going on with you? You're teleporting. It's like instant transmission. I can't believe what I'm seeing. When did you become such a glitchy bastard? You weren't this bad in first gen, and that's saying something. In first gen, you're a complete and like a total mess in first gen, but you weren't this bad. Fucking Freedom 2. Oh no, I did forget to check that out. Potato, I apologize for that. It's nice to find him out in the open because now we don't have to wait for him to walk around. Like, when he has that urge to go walk about, he can't do much with it. He just has to contain himself. When he's out here, but... Oh, sorry. Sorry. Fuck, ruining your opportunity. And I kind of deserve to take that hit after that. Got a Remobra who's having a bad day over there. You alright? I'm not really concerned for it. Just having a bad day, for sure. Oh, well, actually, I was sympathizing with you. You can get out. Are you dead now? No, you're not. Yes, you are. I'd better carve you, actually, but I'll make sure that I'm not in danger before doing so. I did intend to carve earlier, but because of the input detection... No, don't... I guess I was always in danger. There was never a moment when I wasn't in danger. And quite frankly, wasting my time carving a fucking Remobra was not, in my opinion, an activity worth dying for. Okay. So, I'm not even going to check the box. I'm getting straight back to the hunt. Because that was quite dumb. Oh, goodness me. Oh, okay, don't send it too far. Look how far that goes. It can actually cross the length of a whole location. A whole area. Very good. I have not been wyvern firing, come to think of it. It's very negligent of me. There's a lot of activity going on here. You've got 2 Congas and a Remobra trying to get in there. Guys, just stop. This is a dangerous environment. Go and eat your bananas somewhere else. I feel like I haven't been contributing in the last, I don't know, minute, 2 minutes. Probably longer. Not another one. At least you didn't do a 3rd one. That's the last thing I need. It's very noisy in this area right now. I'm going to take this opportunity to hit his face a little bit, and then I'm going to be very careful and heal. No, he was sniffing, and now he's no longer sniffing. He went from briefly sniffing to... I don't know. Jumping around. Which is fine. Oh, God. Getting body slammed by a pink monkey. I'd love to contribute right now to the opportunity that he's giving us, but I need to sharpen. Sorry. But yeah, I had forgotten to do wyvern fires, which is pretty pathetic, but anyway. I'm assuming that Kazu will head north, so let's hope. Wherever he goes, we'll be there to follow him. Stop it. Go away. South. Very well. I thought he might want to sleep in a cave. Maybe that's not his preference. I thought it would be. Fuck. I am in range to wyvern fire him there, so it's fine. Oh! Fortunately. I didn't get caught in a hitbox there. Nothing I could have done. I could have been smarter with what I was doing, but... Oh no. Oh. Well, had I been in a situation where I was actually going to be on the receiving end of that attack, that would have saved me. That particular flinch. Shut up. You're about to die. Thank you for that. Fuck. I'll try to keep away from that head. That is your domain, and I don't want to prevent you from hitting that. Good flinch. I don't know if this Kazu was taking longer than the first one that we did. It sort of feels like it. Maybe I haven't been having as much fun. I don't know. Well, a bit more weird stuff has gone on here, so... There you go. Good night.
Wow.
Says the Kezu. In his death throes. I mean, you can't call these pale lips crimson lips, I guess. Realistically, you shouldn't be able to carve or receive anything from this monster that would have pale in the title. See, that's alluring webbing. Does the monster not look terribly alluring? No. There's nothing alluring about it. Maybe the colour is alluring? Perhaps, but I don't think the hide itself would be. Linux is asking if there are more hunts. Sadly not. Fuck. Can't type today. But yeah, that was successful overall. Got a number of quests done. Had a miserable kidding experience. Had a few things go on. Pale bone. Okay, fair enough. Bones are pale. That is true. I mean, quite frankly, pale bone could refer to any bone that we pick up around here. Anyway, let's not be anal about it. Alright. Oh, whoops, I forgot to... Here I am talking about pale bones, and the whole time I had the damn Discord window up. Long story short, I got a pale bone. That's all you need to know. In fact, you can see it right here. Pale bone. The rib bone from a Kezu, with meat still attached. You want to take that off? Like, am I just going to leave the thing in my box with meat still on it? Just fucking have some decorum. Like, that's actually disgusting. Can't believe it. Like, that is downright indecent to store that away. Like, what, is that going to be eaten, or... I mean, you can take the meat off and eat it if you want. I don't particularly want to. But maybe a hunter's life necessitates that sort of barbarity. Or barbarism, I should say. Anyway. Regardless, I do thank you all for watching. That was pretty good. First time I have recorded Freedom 2 at all, not just live, but in any case, or in any way. I will probably do more of this in the future. We'll see. But yeah, that was good fun. I will see you all when I'm next recording Monster Hunter, and I hope you all enjoyed. Bye bye for now.